why. To say that I'm excited for this track would be an understatement. I've been waiting for a long time. It seems like it's been a long time since I was talking to BX about this, man. And I'm so excited. I don't even remember if I even said the track. It's called Bad Influences, Bxrbarian C.Facts. You know what C.Facts brings, man, that true boom bap sound. And Bxrbarian, one of these young cats that made a name for himself quickly. And it's been too long since we had him on the channel. So without further ado, let's jump in. See what they got for us.
C.Facts, the evil genius.
Yeah, it's BX. Barbarian, scourge of the empire, let fire rain. I've got Teflon skin, the beating heart of rebellion. Learned on the edge via them dire straits. Had to blend rock swing, and if I miss, I keep the press on. You get boxed in, man, your neck done spin. I'll leave your head top bins. Dirty elbow, start at 12, end on 6. Mitrovic, no whistle cause the ref got hit.
Okay. Like I said before the track even started, I'm bringing it back. But before the track even started, I told you about C.Facts, and you cats know the dude. Every time he drops a beat, it's like a kick right in the chest, or kicking the balls, kicking the throat, all those things all at the same time. Dude's got that boom bap shit. Him and Manage, man, those two cats. Anyway, Bxrbarian, well worth the wait to hear this cat, man. That Teflon bar, that 12-6 dropping that elbow. And I know he's a huge NBA fan. And that was my first thought about missing the shot and keep the press and keep you boxed in. Makes me think he's talking about the NBA, but then at the same time, he's probably talking about football. Because I'm sure that all, I know little. I mean, the amount that I know about football, your football, yeah, I couldn't even. If I was writing it down, I couldn't even fill out the side of a penny. I don't even know how many. Did 11 players, 9 players? Actually, I don't even know. Anyways, man, digging this sound as always. Good to hear him back. Let's go.
Yeah, it's BX. Barbarian, scourge of the empire, let fire rain. I've got Teflon skin, the beating heart of rebellion. Learned on the edge via them dire straits. Had to blend rock swing, and if I miss, I keep the press on. You get boxed in, man, your neck done spin. I'll leave your head top bins. Dirty elbow, start at 12, end on 6. Mitrovic, no whistle cause the ref got hit. Immovable object, immune to a contest. I see beneath the surface, got a clear view of the Loch Ness monstrous. I'm not one to assume, face agreed, got me casing everyone in the room. Trust is a new concept we unaccustomed to use. We understand the underhanded cause it's nothing that's new. I'm not surprised he went back in, it's what hustlers do. Still the street paid with gold, so the youngest pursue. Grew up in a messy place, bad influences that we emulate. Bad influences, then it escalate, and now we're delinquents trying to elevate, but it's the same bad influences finna get us paid. Grew up in a messy place.
I don't know if he's talking about the hip hop that are getting paid to talking about, rapping about it, that'll end up getting unpaid, or if he's kind of talking about that cycle that tends to happen if you're a young cat coming up. You maybe don't have any strong, positive male role models in your house, so you start looking outside for that shit. And you look up to a cat who's got a gold chain or drives a nice car or whatever, and you look up to that and you start working for that cat, and then you become that person that other young people are looking up to, and it's a cycle. This keeps continuing, right? Keeps going around and around, and a lot of MCs, a lot of artists have used that to create a platform that has elevated them. So I wonder if he's talking about that, or if he's talking about, you kind of get stuck in this loop, man, and you try to get out, but you got to get back in, because that's where you're going to make your money, especially when the system is set up especially these days. Like, it feels like everybody is being screwed by the system these days.
Trying to elevate, but it's the same bad influences finna get us paid. Grew up in a messy place, bad influences that we emulate. Bad influences, then it escalate, and now we're delinquents. Trying to elevate, but it's the same bad influences finna get us paid. All I see is child soldiers in a shroud of war, shaking at the sound of mortars, waiting for the ground support. And when it never comes, the family praying to a crown of thorns. The way we live is frowned upon, the way we die they're counting on. We tell ourselves the dream is waiting around.
Bro, oh shit.
All I see is child soldiers in a shroud of war, shaking at the sound of mortars, waiting for the ground support. And when it never comes, the family praying to a crown of thorns. The way we live is frowned upon, the way we die they're counting on. We tell ourselves the dream is waiting around the corner. The lift don't work, our means of elevation out of order. I put the problem center stage, all around the chorus. Scream is right there, but like pantomime, then man ignore us. What if people...
Bro, this second verse, god damn.
Shroud of war, shaking at the sound of mortars, waiting for the ground support. And when it never comes, the family praying to a crown of thorns. The way we live is frowned upon, the way we die they're counting on. We tell ourselves the dream is waiting around the corner. The lift don't work, our means of elevation out of order. I put the problem center stage, all around the chorus. Scream is right there, but like pantomime, then man ignore us. What if people had other options than public housing? Not getting shocked every time you put the plug to outlet. We have our freedom, but...
Hold on, man. I just got a warning, but my computer's about to die. So let me save this shit. That's the last thing I need. There we go. Let's bring this back a minute.
Stage, all around the chorus. Scream is right there, but like pantomime, then man ignore us. What if people had other options than public housing? Not getting shocked every time you put the plug to outlet. We have our freedom, but the railroad's still underground. Shit. What if our government gave a fuck about us? The definition of wishful...
Bro, I know I'm pausing a lot. That Underground Railroad bar. Hey, this whole second verse, man, masterclass. There's lots of passion in what he's saying here, and you can tell when it comes from a place of authenticity, right? He's been honest too in other tracks that he's done. He's been honest about his childhood and honest about some of the shit that he's seen. Honest about, I believe he lost his uncle to drugs. I apologize if I got that wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was his uncle that he lost to an overdose. He's just vocalized this, and I mean, this is coming from a cat who's done it, who's lived it, and it has that authenticity, and you know that you can just tell it in his delivery on this.
But like pantomime, then man ignore us. What if people had other options than public housing? Not getting shocked every time you put the plug to outlet. We have our freedom, but the railroad's still underground. Shit. What if our government gave a fuck about us? The definition of wishful thinking. I got a handful of issues, I let that fistful sink in. Take them back to my old days. BX, retro, reprobate. Grew up in a messy place, bad influences that we emulate. Bad influences, then it escalate, and now we're delinquents trying to elevate. But it's the same bad influences finna get us paid. Grew up in a messy place, bad influences that we emulate. Bad influences, then it escalate, and now we're delinquents trying to elevate. But it's the same bad influences finna get us paid. Yeah. I went from the womb to the road. YG, I had food in my coat, like who could've known? Even as a youth stood alone in the crucible, I was carving truth in the stone, pulling swords out. We were too stupid to know better, go getter. Busy been choosing the smoke, did I choke? Never. 1-2 getting thrown like it's boxing. Could conflicts the blueprint to growth? What if people cared for context, how they care for content, the objective?
Let's hear that again, BX.
Been choosing the smoke, did I choke? Never. 1-2 getting thrown like it's boxing. Could conflicts the blueprint to growth? What if people cared for context, how they care for content? The objective would be to object. Instead we care for money like it's God sent. And why the fuck not? We got debts and family on meds, standing on edge for so long and still ain't dropped yet. Who is anyone to say that we've taken a wrong step? Not them, not now and not then. The right path's a nice answer, but it's just a concept. In real life we grew up in a messy place. Bad influences that we emulate, bad influences then it escalates. And now we're delinquents trying to elevate, but it's the same bad influences finna get us paid. Grew up in a messy place, bad influences that we emulate, bad influences then it escalates. And now we're delinquents trying to elevate, but it's the same bad influences finna get us paid.
C.Facts, the evil genius.
Yeah, bro, mad track. It's so good to hear these cats back together, and those second and third. I mean, as much as I love the first verse, those second and third verses, man. Like I said, a lot of that passion, a lot of that understanding, a lot of that truth comes out. And I mean, you can tell, like I said, authenticity, right? You know when someone's just chatting shit, man, rather than somebody who knows what it's like to live in low-income housing, and every time you plugs the kettle in, he's getting a shock, right? That comes from life experience, man. That comes from growing up without much, and you know, you like I said, you see it in his words and his passion. It means something to him, man. It's not just facts on a page or words on a page. They're facts on a page, right? And this beat was sick, man. Big up to Facts. The dude never misses. Hell of a producer, and I'm excited for this project, man, because this is gonna be dope. Make sure you go over and check it out. Disfigured Records, big supporter of the channel. You cats know that. Big friends of the community. So go over, show them some love. Watch it a dozen times, man. Stream it, buy it, do whatever you can to support these cats, man. It doesn't have to cost you a penny to show them some love. And I love you guys for being here each and every day, making this possible. Until next time, stay safe. Good to each other.